SOW, Cruel, Spixie, Zion, and Flick Switch for BRD. Given rankings so far in this season, you would consider BRD heavy favorites here, but SOW is one of those teams, I think them and Limited Edition both, that had kind of a knack for forcing close matches. So we'll see if they can keep it close until the last couple minutes. Anything can happen on a map as chaotic as Rankin. It's just such a scramble. So we'll see if BRD, for their side, if they can keep their composure. You figure they should have the overall fragging advantage. Here we go. It's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with our first game of the day between these two, playing this makeup match between SOW and BRD. One step closer to finishing off our UT Pro League Season 1. Big implications for the final rankings in this one. And right off the bat, some early kills here, and we're going to just keep seeing them. This is Rankin. It is used as a dual map, 2v2 and 4v4. It gives you an idea of the size. So obviously, one of the smaller maps we're going to see in 4v4. A lot of scrambling going on, a lot of chaos. It's going to be a matter of which teams can really fight through that and stay organized. It's not an easy map to maintain your sort of team organization on. You have to get out of the habits of shooting at everything you see, and so it's a map that really tests your organization, communication. And of course, at the end of the day, if you can flat out outshoot the other team, it certainly doesn't hurt. Ooh, flak to the face. Special and Seth Dackham both killing themselves at the same time, and that'll give BRD a 2-frag lead early on in this one. We do have 15 seconds till this first amp, so we're gonna head over there right about now-ish. And you can see blue team getting in position, trying to hold that top sniper area, giving them access to this amp, but of course they're gonna have to jump down to grab it. The red's gonna be waiting right there. Flick Switch trying to knock him off with that flak. He goes down. Zion goes down. That's gonna give Special a chance to make a run. Of course, last week we saw Zion with some really clutch sniper runs with that amp. I believe it was on Rankin too. In this case, we have Special One taking it from him, trying to get on a run, sees some targets, but you see that, oh, ring around the rosy by Flick Switch, and Special having none of it. Not a huge run though, so all things considered, for how small this map is, not a huge loss there, deficit built on that amp run, but Special now in a killing spree, still going nuts, and having 67 HP on top of 100 armor means he's not going to be afraid to stand up on that sniper rifle and really face down anyone who tries to make a run up there. So stick around with them right now. We have seen teams, though, hold that back side of that map, that sort of rocket launcher stinger area on the opposite side of the 100 from that sniper area, and still win. So it's not 100% necessary to hold that sniper area to win, but it is kind of your classic default strategy. Ooh, big combo. Takes out his teammate, does Special, then goes down to the Zerg rush up top. We'll head up there. You see BRD making a big push. Now Red all over that top deck. And again, this is going to be your sort of key control area of the map. This is going to let you shoot down over majority of the control points in the map. And when I say control points, of course, I mean basically the weapon and power-up spawns. I got 100 armor spawning up there in the vent. That'll be up any second. You also have this shield belt down at the bottom that looks like it just got grabbed. Flick Switch went for the amp. He's got that. We'll see if he can make a run with it. Already down to 2 health, pushed it back up to 27, but he's going to have to be careful here. He doesn't want to drop it in the middle of the enemy team, obviously. See him looking for those targets, trying to get those peek shots. One shot could take him down, so being sneaky here. Little stealthy sniper action, playing some Ghost Warrior. Excuse me, Ghost Recon. Dragon Warrior Edition, sure, whatever. We'll just combine all of our trademarked, copyrighted licenses in this metaphor. The shots coming out back and forth. This is one of those in-between periods that I talk about. There's no power-up spawning in the next 5 seconds, so it's all about weapon control and sharing resources amongst teammates, and this is what differentiates teams on this map in particular. It's very easy to get caught up in the chaos and say, I don't have a power-up to run to. What do I do with those next 20 seconds? How do you maintain productivity? We do see this shield belt coming up now. That's going to be grabbed relatively unopposed by Flick Switch. I wonder if he's going to take that around now to amp spawning in 20 seconds. We'll stick around with him for just a bit and see if he decides to just roll off some kills with it, or if he pushes around for control of that power-up. Right now, on the run away from that stinger, he does have the rocket launcher, so able to close that gap. But he's going to be triple teamed here. So SOW, the blue team, seeing that power-up holder, you know, that shield gun runner, running all over him. Unfortunately for them, though, BRD able to sneak behind him and take another amp. A couple big shots coming out. He does go down to that link spam at the bottom. So hard to get safe peek shots on this map. You're just under duress from so many areas. Screams, though, getting some big shots on a killing spree now with it. That'll end. We're going to head back over to that shield belt. Looks like it did get picked up by Flick Switch yet again. So Flick Switch been all over the last couple shield belt spawns. Give you a quick look at the scoreboard. You can see that first amp going to SOW. BRD, though, grabbing control of it since then. About equal time for the two, but shield belts all over BRD's team. Flick Switch grabbing the last couple, so we'll see if SOW can get their power-up control a little bit more organized, because right now BRD has jumped out to an early lead, which is what we said they needed to do. They don't want to allow this one to be close. SOW, if they can make this messy, if they can make it a 5 to 10 point game in the last couple minutes, anyone can win a quick scramble like that. So you can see the push over here. We do have both major power-ups spawning at the same time. There's a big fight over the amp right now. It looks like that's going to be the key point of emphasis for the next few seconds here. Fighting going on over that amp still. There's the grab. Special, though, only 1 HP. He's going to want a teammate next to him to pick it up. He might even drop it for a teammate. No, he's going to look for some sniper shots. Nothing happening. You can see him zooming across the map trying to get a beat on something, but still only 1 HP. And this might be a situation where he's happy to just pocket that power up. Oh, and escape a Zion with the dual enforcers takes him down. He's going to have amp dual enforcers. He goes down. Seth with it in his hands. He's got amp dual enforcers. That's going to be 88 damage every time he pulls the trigger, but not able to make much happen there. So an amp run, not really super productive amp run so far. I've seen a few big shots come out for them, but none of those 4, 5, 6 kill amp runs that we've seen sometimes on this map. We see Seth go down. Let's circle around over to that shield belt and see who's in position. Flick Switch has been all over it the last few spawns, really giving BRD an advantage there. You do see SOW now circling around and trying to get there ahead of time over from that other side of that kind of flak area they were fighting over. Scream's now waiting on it. Bonds now. Flick Switch right on top of it. He's going to have the best timing of it. He grabs it, but he does go down. So successful challenge by SOW there. They've more or less trade kills. At the very least, they do keep anyone from getting away with a big armor boost. We've got 10 seconds until this damage amp comes up, so still in the game. SOW has kept even in the last 2 or 3 minutes after BRD looked like they were grabbing control of this map, so this might be SOW's chance. They can get an amp run in them, maybe turn things around a little bit. Zion, though, very dangerous with an amp sniper rifle in his hands. There's 1 kill and an assist already. Looking for more. Special can take him out with 1 more shot, so down to 17 HP. Good work with that enforcer to take him down. And there he goes. So Flick Switch going to get that amp in his hands, though. So smart move, following a weak teammate who had that amp, knows it might get dropped on the ground. Taking that right across. Oh, 2 big shots coming out there. And smart move with the finisher. No amp time left. Gets a couple kills, so that's just going to extend that lead up to 18 now. So BRD continuing to just sort of take it step by step, build a slightly bigger and bigger lead, and they really want that cushion because, again, the last 2 to 3 minutes of this map is always a mad dash to the finish. You'd love to have that cushion to kind of coast home. Ooh, big flak ball there coming out. So SOW answering back, still staying within striking distance. I mean, it's up to a 15 frag lead. They'd like to have that down to single digits, but if they can keep that back and forth happening and keep fighting, anything can happen in the last couple minutes. Like we keep saying, we're just past the halfway point. But it looks like BRD is still doing a great job controlling these power-ups. We're going to back up a little bit. We do have this amp spawning soon. See the shots coming around from up top. BRD in good position up top. SOW is going to have to either push him off or try to just steal it from below. Zion with a clean grab of this amp, but only 21 HP, so going to have to be a little bit tentative here. Finds the spawner, gets the easy kill with the stinger. Looking for spawners again. Ooh, that consistent damage coming out, but Memphis going to take him out. He's going to have the amp in his hands. He's got a little bit of health, so he can maybe try to take control of that top area if he wants. Trying to make some damage happen with that link. They do get a couple of kills out of that, so down to a 14 frag, no, down to a 12 frag lead now. And Scream's going on a killing spree, so a big 30-second push there by SOW. BRD's probably going to be able to answer back because he had some weak players there, but pulling them back within 13. And that's the kind of push SOW is going to need to make in the last third of this game. 100 armor spawns. It gets grabbed by Special. We're going to take a quick look at the power-ups before this belt spawns. And yeah, it looks like 100 armor is pretty much going back and forth. BRD with the advantage on those belts. We do have another one spawning in 5 seconds. We're going to head over there. It looks like some fighting going on through that vent. Scream's up top, though, giving Seth some cover. So nice position play right there by SOW. Now Seth just has to try to get out of this tricky area back here. He's still kind of caught. Nice patience there, not to just dive right out there. Waits for his teammate to come over and give him some cover. We're going to head over to the amp. Seth may be taking the shield belt right over there. Looks like he is. He's got some challenger in front of him, though. Facing some enforcer spam, got a shock rifle now into his face, and now Zion with yet another chance with a low health amp run. So look at SOW though, look at the score, only down by 5. So the last 3 minutes, SOW making a huge push, pulling a 10 frag difference off that deficit. And this is exactly where you want to be if you're SOW. Even have the amp in their hands. If they can go on a couple more amp runs, they may be able to pull this one even closer. To Zion, who just always seems to have that amp in his hands. You know how in Sonic you get the magnetic shield when all the power or all the pickups go straight for you? That's what it seems like Zion is like. Just always near that amp, wherever it is, it just ends up in his hands. That said, look at this back and forth happening. Memphis actually takes out Seth Dakin with that link, but back to a 6 frag lead, so still back and forth. These teams going, and SOW just hanging in there. So right now, all about positioning. We've got about a 4-second difference between the next amp and the next shield belt. Let's head over to that amp, get an idea of what it's looking like. This would be a big one as we pull it to within a 2 frag lead. SOW clawing their way back in this one. We're down by as much as I think 18 at one point. Now a tie game, down by 1. This amp is that much bigger now. SOW all over it with a clean grab. Special now with a chance to give his team the lead for the first time since the opening moments. There it is, up by 2 now. SOW storming back, and Special has to be careful here. There's a fall away sniper shot. Another one. Special with the biggest amp run of the day so far, giving his team a 4 frag lead, flipping the tables just like that. Special going absolutely nuts right now. We may get a rampage out of this amp. Kill after kill, and this is not where BRD wants to find themselves. Getting shot down with that amp sniper. I think we had 7 kills on that amp run. Absolutely huge, and a critical time of this one. We said SOW could come back in this one if they were close in the final minutes. Now BRD finds themselves trying to pull close in these final minutes. Only a 7 frag lead, so BRD is still not out of this one. But look at that huge comeback in the last 5 minutes. SOW completely flipped the outlook of this one, and a huge amp run there by Special. If they end up winning this one, that's going to be a big highlight reel moment right there. We're going to stick with Special now as he is just taking over this game right now. Give you a quick look at the scoreboard. Look at him, 44 and 29 now, with probably 10 or 12 of those kills coming in the last couple minutes. Coming up huge right now, still only a 7 frag lead. We're going to move over to this amp because this is going to be the biggest pickup of the day so far. Zion gets it in his hands with a chance to try to answer back with a big amp run of his own. We saw Special going nuts there. What can Zion bring us? He's got to find targets. They're still down 7. Only a minute and 20 seconds to go. Special with another killing spree. Not just getting kills, but highly efficient in the last few minutes. Just absolutely took over this game. Up to a 9 frag lead, and Zion right now having trouble finding targets. And SOW doing a great job picking out his teammates. That amp goes down, and that may have been the last chance here. It's still only 10 frags in a minute. Crazy things can happen on ranking because it's such a small map, rather. But we're going to need something big to happen right about now. They're not going to be able to lean on power-ups. At this point, BRD is getting a little bit desperate. They're just going to have to chase down everyone they see, try to churn out some kills, but up to a 10 frag lead still. in the closing moments here. And back and forth, Memphis there getting that sharpshooter, and all of BRD going down. That may be the last opportunity that SOW has, or excuse me, that BRD has to try to fight their way back. SOW closing this one out with 20 seconds to go. We've seen teams go from close to running away with it in the last couple minutes of games, especially on ranking, but that's got to be one of the quickest and most dramatic comebacks we've seen so far this season. So credit SOW again. A lot to play for both of these teams. And SOW with the comeback, taking match one on the heels of one of the biggest, clutchest amp runs we've seen all season for Special One there. So map one, dramatic fashion with the comeback by SOW. Again, Special with the huge amp run there. And you see him coming up big with the 100 armor control as well. Just a monstrous game for Special. But of course, still a lot to play for both of these teams. SOW, again, trying to pull their way out of their position right now at the bottom of the rankings. Of course, last team without a match played, so they will be able to fight their way back up there. And of course, BRD only needs 1 point. So if BRD pulls any points out of the next 4, they will solidify a 4th place finish. So definitely still plenty for both teams to fight for here. Now we're gonna have map 2 on Temple. Basically complete opposite of Rankin. Rankin being such a close range, like I say, kind of a scrambly map. This is going to be a much bigger, much more tactical map. Amp runs are going to be a little less important in the sense that it's harder to pull out those big. I doubt we're going to see 6, 7, 8 frag amp runs on this map like we did in that huge comeback with a couple of minutes left for SOW. So it's going to be even more important to try to get ahead and stay ahead on this one, because you're not going to be able to stage any big comebacks. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure kind of whose map preference this might be, but I'm very curious to find out how this one plays out, especially after that big swing. BRW really stormed into the lead. I think they were up by as much as 18, so both teams really showing that they have the capability to go on big runs against each other. Be very interesting to see. It looks like all the same players are going to be playing, but on a bigger map like this, it'll be interesting to see how aggressive they are right off the bat. And it looks like players are ready, and the countdown is coming. And here we go, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with map 2 between these two teams. We just saw a dramatic comeback by SOW. Again, fighting their way to avoid relegation, trying to keep themselves out of the bottom of the rankings. BRD trying to lock up 4th place. So far, 1 point to SOW, but anything can happen here as we reset on Temple. And of course, 5 total points in play here in this match. Big flak ball early on by Seth, trying to push him away. We saw BRD get out to a big lead, kind of grinding their way up to a lead in the first 2/3 on Rankin. And then SOW just flipped a switch and completely went nuts. We saw Special with back-to-back killing sprees, including one of the biggest amp runs of the season. So we'll see if they can bring us some more theatrics this game, or if one of these teams can take a nice boring lead and just front run to the end. I'm sure as the spectators we would love to see some more dramatics, but if you're BRD right now, you got to be thinking you'd love to just lock down that point, as all they need is just 1 out of the 5 points to solidify 4th place and stay out of tiebreakers. Right now we're playing pretty even at the beginning of this one. Remember, SOW built up kind of a big deficit as BRD, I should say, built a lead early on in Rankin. Right now still drawing pretty even. You still have the first amp spawning right now. You can see that up top on the pillar here. Nobody in position to grab it as it spawns. Interesting to note, because that will throw off the timing, so people are going to have to take special note of when that got grabbed. so that they can be there on time next time it pops. So we do see an amp run, and again, this map being much bigger, a little more spacious, it's going to be easier to avoid amp carriers. So not that the amp isn't a critical power-up, but you're not going to see, it's not going to be as easy to go on long amp runs. It's going to be more of a control power-up. In other words, you might take that amp to a room that you want to control to get in position for a shield belt, or the next 100 armor, or a weapon. It's not necessarily one where you just run around and go ham and kill a bunch of people. Ham. Sorry, I got distracted. But not a bad amp run there by Zion. Again, keeping it in his hands, getting some damage output, trying to control the map with it, and BRD able to break out to a 4-frag lead on the backs of that one. Of course, we still have a lot left to play in this game. All right, 10 seconds till both power-ups spawn. A little bit of an offset for that amp. It was taking a few seconds late. Be curious to find out if that affects people's timing of it, because remember, you can't rely on that 30-second, 1-minute timing offset whenever these get delayed. This one delayed a little bit too, so keep an eye on that. We did have an amp get grabbed. Amp runner went down. We head over to Cruel, who picks it up. Only 27 health here, though. Stuck in the bottom with a stinger on him. He's going to go down. Cruel may pass that one right over to Special, so now Special trying to go in an amp run with that stinger and has a little bit of armor to back it up. So this could be a chance for SOW to extend this lead as we see these teams just going back and forth. And another killing spree by Special. He's had some really huge runs already in this matchup. And there on a spree again, giving his team the lead right back into this one. So tug of war between these two teams, and we'll see what happens as these power-ups get a little bit out of sync again. Like I mentioned, harder and harder for teams to keep control as the game goes on. Special right now continuing being an absolute nuisance for BRD. All over that power-up. Does go down, but not before getting a kill and a ton of damage output. Let's head over to the belt area now. It's about to spawn on top of that pillar. And Scream's all over it right now, so SOW early on doing a much better job of contesting and controlling power-ups than they did at the beginning of Ranked. I think that's really what allowed BRD to break out to a bit of an early lead there. And this map in particular, one where you have to get in line for the power-ups pretty early given the shape of those rooms. So we're actually going to break away here, head over to the amp area. You already see Zion waiting for it. You see he's got teammate below. Oh, he goes down on top, so Special taking him off, or knocking him off the power-up with that stinger, taking him out. Now with a chance to take out his teammates and maybe grab the power-up for themselves. This would be a big opportunity for SOW, knocking them off the power-up. Memphis goes down, but it's going to be near his teammates. Zion grabs it, but he goes down. Memphis ends up with it back in his hands, gets a kill with the amped Enforcer. Chance to do a little bit more damage here. There's another kill. He will have dual Enforcer now, an Ant dual Enforcer. It's basically like a quad damage with your Enforcer. It is scary. Oh, but flak ball to the face. Flick switch now. Nice anticipation with that shot. He's going to have a chance to maybe do a little bit of damage. Not finding any targets, so that amp getting relayed back and forth amongst these teams. Not a whole lot happening with it. And SOW is going to be A-okay with that as they push forward to a 10-frag lead. Again, a lot to play for both of these teams. SOW showing that they definitely mean business here. They might be at the bottom of the rankings currently, but if they win all of these games, they can definitely contest that. I believe they'll be tied for 6th. And then tiebreakers will come into play if they're able to get all 5 points in this matchup. So on their way here, off to a good start on Temple, but not even but a third of the way into this one. Still plenty of time, as we saw last game. Anything can happen between these two. All right, so we got, ooh, the power-up spawning right there. You see the shots coming out. Flick switch able to steal that one. SOW is all over that power-up. Probably should have gotten it. Steal there by BRD. We'll see if that comes into place. Flick switch now with both power-ups in his hands. This could be a big turning point if he can turn this into some kills. So he's got amp and belt. He can be highly aggressive here. He's got a couple of weapons in his hands. No sniper rifle, but he does have a shock rifle. and a little bit of flak ammo. So all he's looking for is targets at this point. We see flak come up so big in this map. The close quarters combat, a lot of walls to bounce flak shards off of. There we go, head to head with Special. And Special right now gets a couple of shots on him, but does go down, and the double kill. So Flick Switch with the killing spree and the double kill to cap off that amp run. Not a huge amp run, like I say, it's harder to get those 5, 6, 7 kill amp runs on this map than Rankin, but a couple of kills, flips control back in their favor for a little bit. 100 armors in their favor, and now we've got the shield belt spawning. So a chance for BRD to really take control of this map. Ooh, can't knock him off that time, Memphis. Not gonna be denied that pickup. Black ball to the face. So he's gonna have some armor flipping around the map. Still a bit of time until the amp spawns. Just looking for spawners. Nice combo there. Again, the trick, much like the amp, turning that shield belt into kills. Not just getting the pickups, but increasing your score via them. I know it's a novel concept, right? We do have amp spawning soon. Let's head over to an aerial view. You see BRD up top with an opportunity to try to knock them off. Ooh, Special goes up top, eats a flak ball, turning to the liquid there, but Cruel able to jump up and grab it. Gonna see what he can do. Oh, just past the halfway point of this match. These amp runs are now crucial. If SOW can keep it in their hands, try to hang on to or extend that lead. BRD is gonna be trying to go on runs to accelerate. They've more or less broken even the last few minutes of this game. But BRD needs to try to cut into this lead somehow. They do have Seth down to 18 HP now, but the amp's gonna dissipate. So a good job there running around, at least staying alive, but we are cut down to a 7 frag lead. So we're gonna go over to Zion for now, see some shots going up into that amp area. Not looking for the power up, really just looking to control some of those pickups. Jump boots, of course, gonna be absolutely critical on this map, giving you access to all of the power-ups much quicker than going a long way. Give you a quick look at the scoreboard here, and what you're seeing is, yeah, pickups much more in SOW's favor. Most of the amps getting grabbed by BRD, but then they go down, so a little bit more amp time for BRD. SOW doing a good job of negating / avoiding them. And 5 to 3 belts and 11 to 500 armors in SOW's favor. They contested the 100 armor pretty well on Rankin. It's a little bit easier to get over there. But BRD, early on in Rankin, had a huge lead with power-ups, and now we're back to the last third of this one. This is when SOW really turned it on Rankin, but this time they've got an 8 frag lead to work with. Let's find out. Is SOW going to turn it on and run away with it, or is BRD going to come storming back, give them a taste of their own medicine? We got Amp Sniper Rifle in Zion's hands. This is where BRD wants to be if they want to stage a comeback, but oh, big flak balls coming in. Cruel actually kills Zion with a rocket, so a team kill on the Amp runner there. Huge mistake. Got to be very careful with your splash damage in this map, though. It's such tight quarters. So we'll see if that ends up costing them. Seth Dackham here again doesn't even really need to look to go on a big killing spree with this amp. Just keeping it out of BRD's hands is a victory there. So that's going to be one less opportunity for BRD to grab an amp and go on a run to try to come back, and now push up to a 12 frag lead. SOW turning it on again. If they can extend this lead, they might put this one away early. So we saw a bit of a run there, and now we're having the teams kind of split up. Turn on some X-ray view again. Go on board with Special. We had a huge game last time. Screams this time really dominating the efficiency. So let's go on board with Screams and see what it's looking like from his perspective. Quick look at the scoreboard. We did see him grab, yeah, he grabbed a bunch of the belts, more belts than anyone else. In fact, the same number of belts for Screams as the entire BRD team combined. But right now looking kind of weak. In position for this amp, but spawning right now. Trying to share a sniper rifle with his teammates. You see that classic team deathmatch sharing of resources, trying to get not just the pickup, but the pickup in a teammate's hands who has the resources to do something with it. Cruel does sneak in and steal that pickup. He's going to have amp and 50 armor, and does get himself up to 65 health, so maybe a chance to do some damage here as they're looking at a 15 frag deficit. With under 4 minutes to go, BRD going to have to get a bit of a sense of urgency soon. This is, again, a much bigger map. It's going to be a lot slower. They're going to try to grind back into a comeback situation right now. Up to 17 frags, SOW. Continuing to grind away at BRD's chances. Ooh, kissing the flak ball a little bit there, but Cruel able to survive. Still looking for back. So it seems like when BRD does go on these amp runs, they're having trouble converting them into points. They do pull back within 13 points, but almost down to 3 minutes to go. They're going to need to start being a little bit more aggressive here. Basically, if they see an SOW player, they're going to have to engage and pursue. They can't be too picky with which fights they pursue here. Ooh, and Screams defending himself, the full flak primary to the face. Big shot there. Every kill is massive because, of course, every BRD player that goes down is going to be reset. No armor, no weapons. Going to have to take that time to get stacked back up. We do have a big fight over the belt here. Seth able to sneak away with it. BRD was all over it. They're giving chase, trying to get a couple kills here. Flick switch with the big double kill with the rockets. He goes down, though, negating one of those kills. We do have an amp run coming up for whoever can get up here. It's only 2 amps left in this one. So this is going to be either a big chance for BRD to come back. Cruel with a nice jump up there with the jump boots. There's 1 kill. Got a chance to take some shots down onto the blue team. You see him trying to get some damage out, but instead just distracting while his teammates take him out. That's just as good. Pulling within 8, so this is a big amp run for BRD. If they can get another couple of kills off it, would be right where they want to be to try to strike again, just like SOW did to them on Rankin. Rockets coming out. Still an 8 frag lead, and that amp's going to dissipate, but not a bad run there patrol-wise as well. They need to turn out some more kills from here. They've got SOW locked into that bottom area, but nobody in position to over-rotate, or to rotate over, rather. So back up to a 9 frag lead. Not a bad little push there by BRD, but they're going to find themselves running out of time soon. Belt is spawning. Let's head over to that. That does go to Screams, who's been all over that belt. Look at that, 5 belts just for Screams, only 4 for BRD on the whole. And 1 pickup isn't going to tell the whole story, but that's certainly indicative of what we've been seeing this game. SOW all over these power-ups. Much better positioning and discipline compared to the beginning of Rankin. Looks like they've got their timing together. They really look in sync here. Amp's going to spawn in 10 seconds. This will be the last amp of the game and probably the last chance for BRD to get anything going. Down by 11 now with under a minute to go. It's going to be a very difficult comeback on a map this big. And this will be their last chance. They have to get this in their hands. You see SOW knows that. They're fighting them off. He's got flick switch up top, trying to grab it. Oh, and a big grab there. So Special grabs it. He goes down to a headshot. Zion taking it out. He's got an amp sniper rifle. Only 1 HP. He goes down. Gets picked up and dropped again. Spixie now ends up with it. A 9 frag deficit with 35 seconds to go. Spixie just begging for someone to show themselves so he can take some shots. He's got a target in front of him in Memphis. Memphis, though, fortunately for him, has some belt to work with. Shot after shot, though. He goes down. 6 frag lead with 20 seconds to go. He's looking for spawners with that amp. He's got Seth in front of him. Rockets coming out. Oh, and Seth just dodging around, trying to avoid. Amp does run out. BRD, a couple of players going down, back up to an 8 frag lead, and I think that's going to do it. So in the end, SOW pulls in front, hangs on, but not before another dramatic comeback attempt by BRD. So 2 entertaining games between these two, back and forth. But so far, 2 points going to SOW, so critical. Again, BRD only needing 1 win this matchup to guarantee 4th place finish in this season. SOW currently in last, but if they can get every point out of this match, they'll be in a 3-way tie for 6th. So I keep saying it, but it still holds true. Plenty to play for both of these teams. Look how even these kill-to-death ratios are. That's about as even across the board of KDRs as I've ever seen in a 4v4 TDM game. So close games between these two. They're going to be getting their 2v2 set up. Definitely want to stick around for that. I'm going to presume they're going to stick to the same hub. I'm going to take a quick water break. We'll be back with you in just a couple minutes to continue this matchup. And we are back. 2v2 is up. We're going to jump right into this one. Looks like we're going to get started on ranking again. And for those of you just joining us, we had ranking as the first map to kick off this matchup in the 4v4 TDM. BRD jumped out to about an 18 frag lead, I think, at most. And yeah, SOW came storming back. Special had an absolutely monster amp run. Storm back won that one. Ended up fighting their way back into it. Was back and forth on Temple. But SOW also coming away with the win that time. So SOW right now up 2 points to nothing in this matchup. Things are getting a little bit chippy. There was a little bit of waiting around for someone to get things started. So of course we've got some drama here. And the drama continues. Intrigue. But yeah, rankings on the line. BRD still trying to lock up 4th place with a single point in this matchup. SOW needs all 5 points to tie for 6th and get into those tiebreakers. So a lot on the line here as we get things kicked off. And here we go. It's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with the 2v2 part of this matchup. Getting started on ranking. Sniper versus Shock. BRD gonna win that battle. Spixie's gonna be on the run now. Looking for some targets early on. We're not gonna have the same amount of kind of enforcer scrambling on this map as you do in 4v4. It's a little bit more slow paced in 2v2. Do keep an eye out though. You can still get some really huge amp runs. Oh, big combo there. Zion looking very confident now. Kind of a quiet 4v4 series there for Zion. We've seen him have big runs in both 2v2 and 4v4, particularly with amped sniper rifle in his hand. We saw Special do that instead. So maybe an opportunity for Zion to settle in. See the headshot coming out there. Now a 5-0 lead for BRD, jumping out quickly, but Memphis answering right back with a double kill, putting him on the board. More importantly, giving Special the opportunity to grab that belt and go on a run of his own. Ooh, Special almost eats a combo there. Nice anticipation there by Spixie. Not able to connect though, chasing him down. This is the luxury. Shot after shot coming in though, so Memphis gonna take that amp. He goes down though. That amp's now gonna be fought over, picked up, goes down. Spixie with an opportunity to pick it up. He grabs it. He's one shot away from death though. They're just trading back and forth, but the double kill by Spixie. Big shots there with that sniper rifle. He does go down, so back and forth. Zion with it in his hands. We'll stick with the amp. Kills going back and forth, up to a 4 frag lead though for BRD. See them fighting over that sniper area, and Zion coming alive here, shot after shot, ringing out. And if BRD wants to try to lock up a point again to solidify 4th place in this season, we're gonna need to see more of that. Zion just relying on his pure aiming capability. They can get amped sniper rifle in his hand. You see him with a killing spree. Zion running around with sniper rifle is him in his happy place. And on a map like Rankin where you can really track people, take shots at them every time they leave cover, this is really in his element, and this is what he needs to see more of again if BRD wants to lock up 4th place, but we're not even but a couple of minutes into this one, so still every opportunity. We definitely saw SOW come back from more than this in the 4v4 portion, but do keep in mind from the math, it's going to be a little bit harder to come back in 2v2 just because you have fewer targets, less capability to churn out kills. Both power-ups spawning soon. Let's back away and see. Looks like Memphis and Special. Ooh, big combo there by Zion. Taking both of them out as Spixie gets the sniper shot. Both of them respawning in front of the amp, so this could be a big problem for SOW. This could be where BRD really pushes into the lead and runs away with it. Zion with a chance to track down Special off the spawn. He goes after the 100 instead. Probably a smart move, and there's the amp sniper shot. Trying to follow it up. He actually has a link on. There it goes. Oh, the sniper shot by Special, though. Not giving up on the play. Follow-away sniper able to fight him off. Trying to get a spawn kill with it. Doesn't, but more follow-away sniper shot. Special running around with 15 HP. Outputting hundreds of points of damage. You want to play efficient team deathmatch, that's how you do it, allowing Spixie to get around the corner and finish him off, though. Ooh, and a kill by Memphis on himself. That's going to be up to a 14 frag lead, make that 15, so BRD trying to run away with this one a little bit. Again, they've seen what happens whenever they let SOW stay in the game, so not something they want to do. They want to keep their foot on the accelerator, push this lead as much as possible. Here we go, 10 seconds till this amp spawns. You see some fighting up top for it. Forcer versus Link up top. And then we have Zion in position here. He's got some armor, and he's got a shock rifle and a sniper. So this could be a big chance again for Zion to continue his having a good game, continue pushing his score up, and try to take the lead perhaps once and for all. Up 20 now. Another killing spree for Zion off the backs of that amp. Or backs of those amps, I should say. And there we go. Zion really, again, coming alive this game. Kind of quiet in the 4v4, just couldn't really get his legs under him. But sometimes a little extra space. I mean, it's a little less chaotic in 2v2. A little less to keep track of. Sometimes it's a little bit more of a slower pace, and that can allow people to get a little more comfortable. See his aim really come alive. We do have the shield belt spawning, though. That's going to be taken by Memphis. So SOW definitely not in this one. Again, only about a third of the way in. But BRD starting off strong. So a bit of roaming around the map happening now. And BRD actually doing a great job of syncing up there, meeting up around the amp, even though it's not spawning for another 20 seconds, but they were able to get a 2v1 situation, pull a kill out. And again, with the follow-up, Zion taking out Memphis, and SOW finding themselves in situations here where they're running in one at a time, and I think that's what's costing them so far. Quick look at the scoreboard. Look at that amp time. The discrepancy. Special now, finally with a chance to go on an amp run of his own. We saw him go absolutely nuts in the 4v4 with that amp sniper rifle. Oh, there's another big shot, but the Spixie does grab that belt, and Special answers right back. Has been so clutch all day with that amp sniper rifle in his hands. And we talked about BRD, if they wanted to take away a point from this matchup, and this is where they wanted to have it happen. Getting Zion on a roll was what they needed to see. Special here, same thing for SOW. Special can continue his hot hand, shot after shot. That's what they're gonna need to see if they want to come back in this one. Try to get him a couple more amp sniper rifle runs. Really let you churn out some kills on this map in particular. And right now, killing spree by Special. He does finally go down, but pretty solid run considering it was 2-on-1. Ooh, the follow-up to the spawn kill, so big when you can turn one kill into two. Shield belt will be spawning soon. Let's head on down. You see Special heading down towards it. Zion's gonna meet him. Oh, they take each other out. So 3 players all going down, including both players. There you go. Special getting taken out on the way. Memphis able to grab that belt. Backing up. Action's getting a little bit faster now as teams are getting kind of aggressive. Spixie with the 100 armor up there, so you're gonna see a lot of armor coming out in this next fight. Spixie's got a bit of an advantage there, but has low health, so he needs to back up. He does find this amp up, though, so both teams kind of losing track of it a little bit. That could be big, so Spixie might have stolen away timing of the power-up as well, which is just as important as grabbing it. We'll see if SOW is ready for it next time it spawns. A little bit delayed there, as both teams were fighting over weapons. Oh, and a big grab there. 100 armor grab plus the kill and the double kill. Back up to a 16 frag lead. We saw it as much as in the 20s, I believe, earlier on. So SOW kind of clawing their way back into this one. We're past the halfway point, and they're going to have to start looking at the clock here. So 100 armor going to Special up top. You still have 110 on Zion, so both teams have an armored player that can make a push here for the amp. Fighting over this top area right now. Special's gonna have to run away. Oh, nice job there. That's good teamwork. Spixie flanking him with the finisher weapon after Zion pegged him with a couple sniper shots, so good, intelligent teamwork there, combining your resources. And another amp run coming up here. Spixie just all over it, not even really interested in controlling other sections of the map right now, just hanging out in this shock hallway. But Special turns the corner and gets a beat on that amp, and remember, BRD took this last amp. They should definitely have timing on it. SOW looked like they didn't have timing. Special turns the corner and finds it almost on accident. And that could be huge, not just for this amp run, but for getting the timing of it for the next spawns as well. So he eats a combo and goes down. Does a little bit of damage first. Overall, basically a split with that amp. But again, so big to have timing of it. So now SOW will be able to challenge it next time it spawns. We do have a few seconds left. Oh, and there's one more kill from Special. So fairly even trades back and forth on the run. We did see the shield belt going to SOW in Memphis. So now that they have both power-ups in their hands, this could be a chance for them to turn out some kills. But instead, they both go down. So Zion and Spixie down to 30, 20 HP. You see Spixie going down finally, and both players do go down, but not before neutralizing both power-ups. So SOW doing a good job controlling power-ups in those last couple minutes, but BRD doing a great job of negating that, not allowing it to turn into control and churn out some kills for SOW. So still a big uphill climb. It's 14 frags and time is running out. Both pickups getting traded there. BRD going to be happy with the 100 armor. SOW, another shield belt in their favor. So if that becomes a trend for the rest of the game, that could be key if they're able to stage a comeback. Only down a 12 frag lead. Still very much attainable, but BRD continues to focus their fire extremely effectively there. Amp up again, and yet again, both teams seem to have lost track of it. Zion gets the better of that one, gets away with an amp sniper rifle. There's a kill. He has a chance for a double kill here. And there it is. Big shots coming out from Zion. And right here, the dodging by Zion to avoid that link. So big, not just to avoid dying, but to avoid giving that amp away back to SOW's hand. Memphis knows he's weak, wanted that amp. And there's the kill finally, but not until it expires. So great job there by Zion, just staying alive. Shield belt spawns Spixie all over that one. He's going to have Memphis in his face. And the link gun wins. So that's a nice job to neutralize that power up. More fighting over this top area. A good amount of time until either power up spawns. So interesting to see what happens. Keep an eye on the next 30 seconds or so as we've got a 14 frag lead for BRD. So Amp will be spawning in 5 seconds, down to a 12 frag lead. In that sort of transitional period between power-ups, both teams have kind of lost track of the last couple amps. This time Special all over it, gets the kill. Wishes he had a sniper rifle in his hand, but he does have some links. So if he can find a spawner, he's gonna have Zion in front of him with a chance to take him out. Ooh, but nice job by Zion there of dodging backwards, keeping his distance, and again, Spixie turning the corner. Great teamwork from BRD on display here. Able to cover each other whenever they're under attack. Special with a couple more chances to take a shot. Amp gonna run out though, and only one real amp run left in this game. Finding themselves down by 14, SOW is gonna have to rely on that. They're gonna need to get some weapons in their hands, grab that amp, and see what they can make happen. Ooh, Zion smashing him in the face with the flak ball, then going down to rockets. Trading is perfectly fine for BRD. They can run the clock out here. Ooh, and there's a kill from Zion on Spixie. That'll negate 1 point. Still a 12 frag lead It's still doable at this point. Oh, the headshot by Special. That's a clutch shot. Every shot's so huge right now. You can only miss so many when you're down by 12 with a minute to go. 13 seconds till this amp spawns. We'll see if people have timing on it. This is absolutely critical. If SOW can get a couple weapons in their hands and grab this amp, they have an opportunity. Otherwise, BRD is going to be able to run out the clock on this one. And you see Zion backing up, daring them to chase after them. Both BRD players had 100 armor, so able to fight their way over that amp area. And Zion with it in his hands. And with a 13 frag lead, that may do it. And there's a double kill, and that's going to lock it up. So BRD taking their first map of this matchup. One step closer to ensuring a 4th place finish in the season. They do need to win at least one more map, and that's going to be coming up next in this 2v2. Remember, this is a best of 3 for that point. Take a quick look at the scoreboard here, and pretty even power-up wise. Amp time, though, all in BRD's favor. Look at that. They both were grabbing the amp. They were fighting over it. But more than double the amp time. Also, more than double the 100 armor, so while SOW did a good job of contesting that shield belt, amp and hundreds all going to BRD. And look at that. BRD only about 1,000 extra damage, so not a huge damage discrepancy for a 17 frag lead. But we did see some really clutch kills. We saw BRD, a lot of great teamwork, situations where maybe SOW should have gotten a kill one-on-one, and then the BRD teammate came around the corner, took him out, protected their teammate, or at the very least made it a trade. So some great teamwork on display there by BRD, taking map 1 and 1 map away from, again, locking down that 4th place spot in the rankings. SOW, though, with another chance to come back in map 2. Coming up in just about 5 seconds once this map book finishes. And we are on Codex from map 2. Another classic UT map, this time from UT99. Oddly, not really played much in 2K4. There was a remake, but I think it was just a little awkward with the movement mechanics. Fitting this game a little bit better, so we've got the UT2K4 demo map in Rankin, played map 1. An old school UT99 map, played map 2. See which way it goes. Covered it again. We'll go ahead and reiterate just for those of you who haven't been following the rankings. SOW coming into this matchup, last place in the season, largely because this was a makeup match. Of course, they were a game behind everyone. But 5 games out of being tied for that 6th to 7th and 8th place kind of match, or kind of a group there. So needing all 5 points to pull out of that. BRD tied for 4th place with G, so any point in this matchup will give them sole possession of that to finish the season. SOW, of course, grabbing 2 points already in the 4v4 maps. But BRD with a chance here if they can lock this map down to ensure 4th place finishing. Avoid having to get into any tiebreakers or, I guess, wildcard matches. It looks like we are going to keep the same teams here. Players are readied up, and we should be getting kicked off here in just a second. All right, players are ready. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with map 2 of this 2v2 portion of the matchup. We saw BRD finally taking a map, trying to score their first points of the matchup by taking Codex. Take the 2v2 point. That would give them sole possession of 4th place in this season. SOW trying to continue their run and force a map 3 here. Early fighting over that 100 armor area. Does get grabbed by Zion. That 100 armor room's so important. You got 2 health bubbles. You got a shock rifle down there. You got the 100 armor, of course, and easy access to that amp area. You see the big push by Zion. Not friggin' giving a heck. Just diving straight into that damage. Pulls out the flak cannon. Gets some damage, but he goes down. Pulls out another flak. This is a map where you can use flak a little bit more than perhaps some of the bigger, wider open maps. Belt's going to be spawning right in mid, and right on time is Zion. Ooh, almost flax balls himself in the face. Got to be careful there. So we do have about 20 seconds till this amp spawns. I'm going to give you a view of it. It's going to spawn right up top there. So a couple opportunities to set up for it. A couple different ways you can grab it. We've got some fighting up top between Zion and Special. We'll go up there. Looks like Special's going to get plastered against the wall by that flak. So amp will be spawning, and Zion grabbing it, has Special underneath him with that flak. He's going to be chased down. So nice flak there by Special, getting the amp in his hands, and SOW, another kill there by Special. We've already seen what he can do when he gets an amp run under his belt, staging the huge comeback on Rankin in the 4v4 portion of this matchup. Now, trying to extend this early lead. Again, no lead is big enough between these two teams, as we've seen already. And a nice job there positioning himself for that shield belt as well, turning 1 power up into 2. And now we're going to see fight over this 100 armor area. And this room is, like I said, going to be the biggest sort of transition room. So this is what you're going to be fighting over when there's no belt or amps up. And with that drop down lift, Special kind of has to decide here where he wants to attack. Ooh, just dodges a rocket from behind. So again, BRD continuing to flank very aggressively and very effectively. We saw that on Rankin. Almost paid off there. Special was ready to go up that lift. 100 armor goes to SOW as well. So right now, SOW doing a great job of contesting these power-ups. The maps they've lost, they haven't really been able to contest all of them. They've maybe contested 1 or 2 and conceded the others. They can keep these power-ups in their hands or at least split. It'll give him a great chance to stay in the lead here, but BRD still has plenty of time. We're going to stick with Special. He's been just running armor to armor. We do have the amp spawning, so... Oh, a big combo down to that 100 armor. Special goes down. Amp is up. Let's see if anyone's in position for it. Memphis now on a killing spree. So both SOW members on a killing spree at the same time, but it looks like Memphis not even checking. Looks like they both lost timing of the amp, and neither team in position to grab it right now. Amp is just wasting away up there. Untapped potential. And there's Special finally getting up there. Eats a flak ball though. Ooh, but the goo on the ground finishing him off after the amped enforcer. Remember, that amped enforcer is going to do 44 damage a shot. Pretty deadly. Oh, a nice flat ball to the face. Spixie has to kiss the smiley. And right now, SOW on a roll, trying to extend this lead. Of course, up by 12. Seems pretty comfortable, but we've seen so many comebacks between these two teams already. No lead's going to be safe until that clock runs out. You see them trying to share that armor. Looks like maybe he was calling his teammate over to grab it. Special looks like he's jittering a little bit. Wonder if he's having some ping issues. Anyway, flak primary to the face. Looks like it's not bothering him as he's on a killing spree. 100 armor will be spawning in 10 seconds. Let's head. Oh, never mind. We got a big fight over mid. Goo comes out. Belt doesn't spawn for 25 more seconds, so I'm not sure if they lost timing of it, if they were just being opportunistic. But 100 armor is actually going to spawn right now. And you see Spixie in position, waiting for Zion to get over so they can share that armor. That's smart. Smart team play right now. Now they got 2 players with 100 armor facing against 2 with 25 and 50, so big advantage there. Shield belt will be spawning soon. Let's head over to mid where they're going to see a fight over it. Amp will be spawning soon as well, but 100 armor first. Big flak ball coming out by Special to allow him to grab that. Now we've got the amp up. and Spixie in position to get it in his hands, completely untouched. So this could be a big opportunity for BRD to come back in this one. There's one kill. Another kill. There's a double kill coming out with that amp sniper rifle. 3 in a row coming out, so pretty exposed spawns on this map. So a good chance here to get some kills back to back to back. And there's a killing spree by Spixie going on a huge amp run here right when they needed another kill. Spixie putting himself in great position here to take shots on freshly spawned players. He does go down. Memphis able to fight him off, but not before they pull within 11. And that's what they're going to need to do, is those kind of amp runs, get a couple more of those, and all of a sudden you'd be tied up. Ooh, the headshot coming across, knocking him off that shield belt. You see the fight over at Flak. Going to be so valuable fighting on that bridge. See Zion nailing that Flak primer, getting himself a little bit of armor, taking some damage, but now on the run to that 100 armor area. That'll be the next power-up that spawns, so that's probably what we're going to see the fighting over between these two teams for about the next 10 seconds or so. So it looks like what's happening right now, SOW sneaking around to grab that 100 armor, BRD trying to lock them down in there. So you see they're trying to get in position for this amp and basically prevent SOW from moving from that 100 armor up to the amp. It works out, so Zion gets a clear amp grab while conceding the 100 armor, and he goes down though, so Special and Memphis both getting kills there and making them pay. So risky strategic move there by BRD. Makes sense, but just not able to come away with the kill there, and Special. More amp Flak. Memphis actually takes out both of them, but he's gonna have a chance to probably pick up that amp, get a couple more shots off. Ooh, the falling sniper shot there by Zion. Punishes him just a little bit. That was a big Flak ball. I don't know if you saw that, but it went up on top of that bridge. I wasn't sure who that hit, but just threw it up there. Smacked someone in the face. I think there was about 100 damage or so off of that. Ooh, the spawners coming at you with the double kill there. Memphis and Special double teaming, and that's what we saw from BRD on Rankin. We're seeing that right back from SOW now with the teammates focusing their fire, flanking each other, helping cover each other's backs. SOW in strong position as we pass this halfway point. Try to force a map 3 here. Another killing spree by Special. And you see just the 2v1s rather. Zion, no opportunity to really find a target there, just spinning around, getting hit from every direction. They're going to go ahead and call a good game halfway through this one. So BRD perhaps getting a little bit frustrated. You can see they were fighting over the 100 armor effectively, but shield belts and amps all in SOW's favor. And a quick concession there by BRD. We're going to go to map 3 coming up next. Saw Memphis disconnecting here. I'm not sure if they're swapping out rosters or if he's just restarting or something, but I imagine they'll stick around and just vote up the next map here. So it should be getting started as we see Chill. Chill, by no means a physically small map, but probably the most wide open map in our map pool here. Okay, so we do have a swap here. It looks like Memphis coming out. Seth Dackham coming in for Chill. So this is going to be a much more hit scan dominant map than Codex. Probably going to look a little bit more like Rankin in the play styles between these two, because both teams really love to run around with Shock and Sniper. Zion and Special in particular, we've both seen huge amp runs with that sniper rifle coming out already today. And this particular map can also be a tricky one it can be very difficult to challenge power-ups if you're not in control in this one. So keep an eye on both things like who can control the hit scan weapons and also who can get reorganized to take control back after they lose it. Such a big thing in TDM in general, but also in a map like this, where those power-ups are so exposed, you've really got a huge advantage if you've got a weapon and armor advantage to getting there early. Here we go, players are ready. Here's the countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5. We are here on map 3. We're gonna decide this 2v2 point. BRD trying to get on the board in this matchup. Solidify 4th place finish in this season's rankings. SOW continuing their run to try to crawl back into contention. Splitting the first 2 maps, but each team winning their map pick pretty convincingly. And now we're gonna be on chill. Again, a wide open map. We're gonna have a lot of long range sniper and shock. It's gonna play really to both teams' strengths at this point. I think there's gonna be a lot of positioning that decides who wins and loses these battles. Both teams are doing a great job on their respective maps of flanking, of focusing their fire, of helping each other out, not getting in one-on-one situations, fighting 2v1 as much as possible. Right now, BRD out in front and in position for this first belt to spawn. Special's gonna make the jump for it. They missed the combo though. So some damage coming out from BRD, but Special able to come away with that belt. Ooh, trying to use it to control that 100 armor, misses the shot. So Zion's gonna grab that armor for his side. So trade on those armors and 15 seconds till the amp spawns. Be very curious now. See how these teams approach it. You can reach that amp from so many different ways, all of which are pretty exposed. You see those jump boots coming into play. Allows you to get around this map so much quicker, especially grabbing those power-ups. Ooh, Flak up close. Zion does manage to survive, has 35 HP, but an amped shock rifle in his hands. Spixie gets the kill, and again, great job by BRD of flanking, focusing their fire, allowing the amp runner to distract while his teammate gets the kill. And the nice shock shots there by Zion, who will be perfectly happy to pretty much sit in the middle of this map and act like a turret for a while. Does have to be careful though, 12 health. It's gonna go down if he takes any amount of damage. Nice call out by his teammates. Again, we see him saving his teammate. BRD's been doing that all day. SOW looked pretty good on Codex in that regard as well. But right now, this map is all BRD so far. Already 1,000 damage output by Zion. Absolutely on a roll right now. Spixie does have that shield belt in his hands. Bit of time until the next pickup, so this is when all of your map control items come into play. And this is what I talked about to start with. Whenever you lose control of this map, it can be very difficult to gain it back. The weapons are exposed. The power-ups are in very vulnerable positions. It can be really hard to stand in there and challenge when you don't have the weapons and armor to fight back. So this is going to be where it's really up to SOW to find a way to regroup. Things like jump boots can actually really help a lot on this map. Sometimes you can get up there and steal a power-up and get away safe, even if you don't have the health and armor to really do that. If you have the maneuverability of those jump boots. We are going to see, Seth Dackham sneak in and grab both power-ups. So there's a big turnaround right there. So Seth goes down to a headshot, but does grab both power-ups. And now Special will have that amp sniper rifle one-shot coming out. Another one. This is what SOW needed to do. All the power-ups in their favor now, and they flip that map control instantly. And now it's their turn to churn out some kills and see if they can't stage yet another comeback today. So BRD actually minimizes the damage there. Map control and all the pickups going to SOW, but managing to avoid that amp runner for a reasonable amount of time. Ooh, the 2v1 though, they have to take out Spixie before Zion has a chance to turn that corner and fight back. And they do. You sort of got an internal clock there, like how long? Oh, a nice rocket by Zion knocks him off of that belt, and the kill by Zion. So Zion making big moves there. Not afraid to dive in there, hits the rocket and the sniper. But still down to a 4 frag lead now for BRD. Still looking all right in this one, but they have to start reconsidering when and how they get to these power-ups, because you saw Special there grabbing another shield belt. This next amp's going to be huge. I mean, I guess at this point in a close game, they're all going to be huge, but be very interested to see how power-up control is affected now that both teams are kind of scrambling back and forth. You see Spixie able to use those jump boots. Oh, he actually misses the jump. Or maybe he went down for the kill. In any case, not grabbing that 100 armor yet. That's going to delay him. We'll see if that costs him a chance at this amp. As Seth Dackham now coming around the corner. And that could be a huge play. If Spixie hadn't missed that jump, there's a possibility he grabs 100 armor and amp. Instead, Seth able to grab it. Looking for a shock rifle. Has it. A chance to do some damage of his own. Oh, close range. Link gonna melt him down. Big kill, and now Zion with a chance to turn that amp right back around on him. Nice patient aiming right there. Both SOW players go down. And another shield belt grab. So SOW doing a great job of timing that shield belt, but up to a 12 frag lead again, and BRD finds himself back in control of this one. With a flying link gun. Zion has been doing that all game long, just diving headfirst into that 100 armor, pulling out Flak and Link. Oh, the mid-air sniper by Seth right on top of his head. Might have pancaked him and Goomba stomped him if he didn't hit that shot. But anyways, he goes down. 100 armor still up. We see Special dodging some rockets, able to grab it. We have amp and belt coming up soon. Fighting over mid in the meantime. Special's waiting on that amp. He's still got 10 seconds though, so he's gonna have to be careful. He's definitely gonna need to back up and protect the entrance to that area, because if they're looking to grab that amp, they're gonna have some resistance. Oh, there you go, falling off the edge. Spixie had boots that time, went for the amp this time, couldn't quite land it. Seth able to grab that belt, but looking down the barrel of dual amped enforcers, he goes down. Special does grab it. He has an amp sniper rifle, the chance to get another kill in a spawner here. Ooh, misses the shot, and that could cost him. Ooh, Amp Stinger unable to get the kill. Zion there, able to survive with 5 HP. We've seen that a couple of times from Zion with the great movement. Able to turn a bad situation into one where he gives his teammate a chance to come over and clear things out. So Zion survives that Amp Stinger onslaught with help from his friends. And that kind of play is one that kind of gets amplified. So that one kill may not have made a huge difference, or maybe that turning one kill for your team into one kill on the other team. But you amplify that over the course of a match, and little plays like that can really add up. Especially when you see these two teams where we've had single-digit leads go back and forth between the two. Little plays like that, ooh, add up over time. But Special with a nice job pushing him off of that belt. A little bit of a missed time there. Oh, the anti-combo, though, negates it, and now he's stuck in midair. There's a flak primary up close, and Special, with the wrong weapon out, gets absolutely destroyed in mid. That was a nice job contesting that power-up and negating it. Now we have an amp coming up. We're just past the halfway point. BRD well on their way, but still time for SOW. If they can get an amp run down, really pull right back into this one, and neither team going for amp right now. Seth probably saw it over there, so he's gonna get a free grab here. This could be huge. See that amp stinger so hard to get away from, especially in mid on this map. Spixie chasing him down with the flak. He'll have it in his hands, but it's gonna be out in mid. You see him going up for that sniper rifle. He's gotta be careful. He's got shots coming out, but able to take out Seth, winning that battle. And both SOW players go down, and this is now a big opportunity for BRD to put this one away and solidify that 4th place finish again in the rankings. Oh, hiding behind the groin. Classic move. Doesn't work out for him though, and SOW still hanging around in this one. Only a 14 frag lead. It's a map where that can get cut in half with one amp run here or there. Take a quick look at the scoreboard to get you caught up. So a significant damage difference between the two. Amp time about the same. Shield belt's actually mostly going to SOW. When Zion and Spixie all over that 100 armor area, so they're gonna get one there, but you do have amp and belt spawning soon. Let's back away to see the fight over the belt. You see Zion and Seth. Zion trying to cut him off Wall running around to mid, trying to snipe him. Seth gonna sneak around. Looks like he's finally gonna go for it. Amp's gonna be up though, and Spixie grabs that. So Spixie already has 100 armor, so he can be a little bit more aggressive. He can get a weapon in his hands, rather. Ooh, and he goes down in a heap. Close range flag. Oh, and the big sniper shot by Special, knocking out Zion. Zion's been all over that 100 armor area with those boots. So we're down to the last third of this one. Still only a 13 frag lead, so BRD in a somewhat comfortable position. The SOW gonna have to start being a little bit more aggressive here. Can't be too careful with their fights. They don't want to wait to the end and find themselves down double digits, because you're not going to be able to churn out kills quite as quickly on this map as you could in a 4v4 situation on, it's kind of what we saw on Rankin. And up to 15 now. This could be where, well, SOW staying on top of that belt. They just continue to dominate that power-up, so even if they don't come away with a win here, some takeaways of what worked right, definitely for SOW. And the last probably, I don't know, 6 to 7 minutes have pretty much drawn even between these two. The BRD got off to a good start. They basically just maintained that lead the whole time. Both of them go down though, so SOW here flipping map control. Only down 12, but this is where they need to turn it into some kills. Amp goes to Zion. He's gonna have to be careful here. He only has an Enforcer at this point. You just don't want to give it into SOW's hands, but 3-4 big Enforcer shots in a row. Gonna turn Seth away. Seth does get the kill, but down at 12 HP, those pistol shots were huge. And limiting what Seth's gonna be able to do with that Amp, and he just gives it right back to Spixie. And that's why those pistol shots were so big. He did go down, but he weakened him so much that that Amp basically negated there. And Spixie not getting much out of that himself, but able to hang on to that 12 frag lead. Oh, Seth killing himself there. So up to 13 frag lead, and time definitely a factor now. You see the spawn kill coming out there. Spixie kills himself and Seth Dackham. So that'll be a trade, which doesn't really hurt BRD, but clock running out on SOW's chances of securing that 5-point matchup here. BRD 3 minutes away from locking down 4th place. Nice shots there by Spixie, staying very patient with his aim. Zion with the cleanup as well on the other side, up to 16 frags, and that may be the last chance. We're gonna have one more Amp. And Seth Dackham still all over that belt. So SOW, even when they lose control of the map, doing a great job falling back to that Rockets and Shield Belt area and keeping control of it. But now Spixie's gonna snag this Amp. What can he do with it? SOW really needs this Amp, so more than anything, Spixie just needs to keep it away. He does it. Seth this time, able to get the kill. Zion follows up with a rocket, takes him out. And that could be it. Taking that Amp away, taking some time off of it. Gonna be the last chance, I think, that SOW had to get into this one. Getting stuck in mid, and under 2 minutes to go. BRD's gonna survive here. Here we've got 15 seconds till belt spawns. We'll head over there. SOW, we said it last time, they've been all over this belt. So they've been doing a great job with or without the boots, getting there ahead of time. They've sort of been like falling back to this rocket launcher area, which isn't a bad move because you do have a good weapon there that you can pick up. You're not as vulnerable to the shock rifle over in that area. Spixie, though, does jump in, time that belt perfectly, and grab it. Now we've just got fighting over mid. And with time running out, looks like this one is locked up for BRD, so we might just see some free-for-all death matching going on down there in that mid area. Give you another look at the scoreboard here. And yeah, belts all in SOW's favor, 10-3 there. Also like to see that even split between the two, 5 and 5. Significantly more amp time for BRD. I don't know that single-handedly made the difference here. They really just, they output significantly more damage there. If you look at that 2100 damage. last amp of the game. Rockets flying back and forth. Ooh, a big flag fall by Zion there. Finishing this one off strong. And so this will be the last map of the season for many of these players. I'm not sure exactly who we have lined up in the dual stages of this matchup, but certainly a good season to all of these players involved. BRD again locking up 4th place finish in the UTPL Season 1 now with that point. SOW, I believe, going to be unable to reach that 6th place tie, even if they take the next 2, but I believe they're going to play this one out so that we get the full rankings finished off. So it looks like this might be our duel. We have Screams versus Cruel set up. Yeah, we got Screams versus Cruel. That's going to be on a Race Deep and Solo, and then VO3 versus Flick Switch. Those will be the last 2 matches for these teams of the UTPL season. So the bot here, balling Scrims right in the face. It's a good way to warm up. Balls to the face. So yeah, finishing this one off, 2 more duel games to go. This one pretty much just going to be for pride. I believe both teams have locked up their final rankings of the season. I don't think that either of these games are going to affect that because there's only 2 points to be gained, but in any case, we do get to kick back and relax here with a couple more duels. And again, I'll mention it next week. Let me, I believe it's the 18th. Is it? I mean, 16th rather, right? Let me get that for you. Sorry, 14th. I get my numbers mixed up. You know, the time zones, you know. So yeah, the 14th. We're going to have our UTPL finals. That'll be 1st place versus 2nd place in this division. And also the Challenger League, the final game of that one. Next Saturday to finish off this UTProLeague Season 1. So be sure to stick around for these last 2 duels and join us next week. And of course, follow all of the Raise Your Edge and UTPL social media sites. Get all that information about upcoming stuff. Season 2, not announced yet, but I think it's in the works. A lot of talk going on about that. Definitely take part in that conversation. All right, players, you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with Cruel versus Screams. First map of our next to last dual match in this matchup between these two. And admin did clarify something. We do have prize money distribution on the line. That still is affected by total number of points. So still something for these teams to play for. Even though BRD with that last 2v2 victory did solidify a 4th place finish in the rankings this season. But SOW, again, still some points to play for in this one. And of course the pride of winning or losing in front of a few dozen of your best friends. Ooh, big flak primary up front. Not able to get a full connection though, so drops down in. Flak versus Link, and there's the kill. That shield belt grab by Cruel, allowing him to stand in there, tank that damage, and survive. Only 12 HP though. Screams is going to be on the hunt, trying to take him out, but he's going to grab that health before even moving on. Oh, a big sniper shot there. Cool right now, hitting everything. Oh, but Screams getting in his face. It's a smart play by Screams. Cool right now is, like I say, pretty much hitting every sniper shot, so close that gap with rockets, disrupt that aim. It's a smart counterplay. Oh, the rocket versus the flak ambush. Rockets win this time. Cool, gonna be on the run with 2 HP. Oh, a nice combo over the corner there by Screams to turn away Cruel, and Cruel still on the run, somehow surviving with 4 HP. May not have much opportunity to contest this belt. Oh, and there's the close range rockets. A little bit of a kamikaze there, but with the shield belt spawning right underneath him, Screams had that HP to burn. He does just that, and already back up to 100 over 128. Ooh, you see the ambush again. Cruel waiting around the corner with that flak primary, just trying to get a big shot off. Couple bits of damage there, sending Screams running. Now Cruel finds himself with a bit of a health and armor advantage, but Screams not relenting. Shock primary juggling him right back around. Screams very methodically picking his battles too, staying in between Cruel and the next pickup. Very patient with the positioning here so far by Screams, not being hyper aggressive, just waiting for the opportunity to take a shot. And you see, listening for that spawn. Ooh, almost gives up a shield belt there. That was so close. Cruel was one step away and that rocket pushed him away, so perhaps a bit unfortunate for Cruel there. 100 armor is up, so this is where Screams has to decide whether to go for the kill or the armor. Looks like he's going for the kill, and Cruel's gonna get some damage out with that Link gun. A smart play, but Screams now has to run away. And even if Cruel doesn't make his way over to the 100 armor here, minor victory there to at least send Screams away and give himself time to pick up some weapons. Ooh, almost a rising combo kill there by Screams. Cool, heard it coming, backed off, and again trying to chew him down with that Link gun, just really making him uncomfortable up close. Oh, the rocket just missed, and there you go. Cruel with the finisher with that Link. Gonna be pretty low in HP, but gonna go right back after Screams, trying to make him uncomfortable with that Link. Ooh, that Link beam. Oh, and catches him in the lift. This could be a kill. Oh, the lift falls just in time. Screams able to get the belt and the kill with that rocket. Perfect timing there for Screams. Good use of that lift to get some separation as well. Ooh, missing that jump up top. Still does get away, but maybe was looking for an ambush with a rocket launcher. Rockets to the feet going back and forth. Ooh, so Screams there, perhaps a bit out of position. Got outrun to that 100 armor. Now Cruel gonna have an opportunity to try to take some shots to get back into this one, but ooh, rockets charged out against long-range shock rifle. Not gonna be the best position. But there they go, 3 rockets to the feet. Still 3 seconds till the belt spawns, so if Screams wants to challenge this, he can. Looks like he may opt to circle around and pick up a sniper rifle instead. There's one shot coming out. Follow-away misses, so Cruel now the armor advantage for the first time in a while. Trying to cut this deficit right back down. You can often turn one kill into multiple in this map due to the spawns, so anything can happen as we're just past the halfway point of this map. Rockets coming out back and forth. And Cruel delaying that respawn, you see. Maybe trying to get an idea of where Screams wanted to go. Interesting that a map this big and open often turns into a mid-range battle. Lots of sniper, lots of shock primary. In this case, Rockets coming up huge for both players. Ooh, the Rocket off the combo, just juggling Scrims around, and back to a 3-frag lead, but looking for that spawn kill. Again, trying to turn 1 kill into 2. Oh, had him lined up, couldn't finish it. Scream standing in there with the sniper rifle. You get fall damage on top of him. One more shot for either player. They kill each other with the rockets and the sniper. So the trade, and now the race to the 100 armor. Screams wins it, eats a couple rockets though, and Cruel kills himself. But maybe a chance to chase him down. Shots coming out back and forth. Both players standing in despite not having super high health, really. Scream's winning that, and again, the rockets coming out. Look at that, 7 of his kills coming with the rocket launcher out. Using the shock primary as a finisher. Scream's feeling very comfortable with his aim right now. Uh-oh, homing rockets doing some damage to the back. You saw them curving around that corner. So under 3 minutes to go, but Cruel not giving up here. Gonna need to go on some kind of run here, though. Oh, and Scrims turns him away with those rockets, and that may be the last chance Cruel had. There's the double kill off the spawn. And 8 frags in 2 minutes, probably not gonna happen, but Cruel's gonna continue playing to maybe just stay a little bit warm and get ready for map 2. Ooh, nice combo lined up. Didn't connect, but I like the thought there. I like what he was doing there. So the back and forth these guys go. And Scream's finishing it off on a killing spree. The minute to go, that's definitely gonna do it. Put the exclamation point on it. So map 1, going to Screams. But again, a best of 3 scenario, so Cruel will have a chance to answer right back in map 2. Odd to say on this map, but really the rockets coming up huge for Screams, winning those rocket to rocket battles. Really made the difference. So map 1 to Screams, we will see map 2 coming up here in just a moment. So stick around for that. And then of course we do have our last duel of the day right afterwards. All right, our second map will be Deep. Another map where rockets and flat can come up huge if you can close that gap. A lot of mid-range fighting in this one, a little less open than a race. We'll see what happens here. And here we go, it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with Map 2 of this duel. Big flak ball coming out early. Screams has him backed into a corner. See if he can finish him up. You see him going for that health. Ooh, just times it slightly wrong. Does get a little bit of damage though from the shards, but those bubbles in mid, such a huge control point in this map. Cruel trying to get the timing of that, just barely missing. So both players throwing shots back and forth. You see Screams over there waiting for those health bubbles. It's such a predictable spot though, so you have to be so careful whenever you're trying to heal back up. Big combo through mid for Cruel. Oh, and nice aggressive play early on. Still at 110 over 100 as well, so we'll be able to try to track down Screams off the spawn and get another kill here. Cruel up top. We do have shield belt spawning in 2 seconds, same time as the 100 armor. Screams perhaps delaying that 100 armor. Not sure if that was intentional, if he just took him a couple of extra seconds to get there, but that will allow the next person to grab one and then the other. Oh, Rocket and Rocket. Again, this map, perhaps even more than a race. We're getting up close with Rocket and Flak can really turn the tides. And the Rocket juggles, looking to finish him off. There we go. Finally gets the right weapon out and somehow finds him up close. Screams was dancing around him. And Cruel able to lock onto him with that link gun, finish him off. Grab himself a 3 frag lead here early on in this one. Ooh, Rocket almost hits him in midair. Screams opting to go the shock primary route. Ooh, that combo just whizzes by. You heard the buzzing of that shock ball. If Screams had hit that, probably would have got a kill and the shield belt instead. Chases him away with 15 HP. But Cruel getting away just by the hair of his chinny chin. Gets that and the 100 armor, so a big potential turnaround there. If Screams hits that combo, map control is completely different. Instead, Cruel gets away, soaks up all of that armor, has picked up every armor in the map, and back up to 80 HP. Screams, though, doing some damage with that flak, and the flak around the corner, so Screams not giving up, chasing him down, making it a 3-1 game. Ooh, the big flak primaries trying to land a little bit more damage. Cruel down to 54 HP, Screams down to 14. They're gonna reconvene over at this flat, or over at this shield belt. Oh, diving right on it is Cruel. Slightly mistimes it. Screams kills him just before it spawns. That flak again coming up huge. Now he's chasing him down off the spawn. He's got the sniper rifle just a split second too late with that weapon switch. There's a big combo to the back there to tie it right back up. So Screams now in control, tie game. Oh, big prediction combo. You saw him just waiting for him to dive, showing great map knowledge there. And you see him not even grabbing those mid health bubbles yet. Trying to just convert kill after kill here, take the lead. And there he goes on a killing spree, up 5-3. And the spawn kill, knowing exactly where he was gonna be. Almost hits him again with the rocket off the spawn. Screams right now is just 2 steps ahead of Cruel. But only up 3 and still 6 minutes to go, so plenty of time for Cruel to fight his way back into this one. He's gonna start with this next shield belt spawning. We'll see if Screams gets over there. It looks like he's gonna head that way now. Cruel opting not to contest it. Does give him time to soak up some health and armor and maybe get a couple weapons in his hands. He does have a shock rifle. Oh, but that close range link gonna melt him. Screams down to 29 HP, so if Cruel can find him, he might be able to take him out and end this spree. Ooh, big shot there. Cruel taking out Screams, but also taking out himself. Maybe breaking some momentum there, but not gonna help with whittling down that lead. And Cruel chasing down Screams with the link. Screams has done that to Cruel a couple of times already, just diving in his face with the link, disrupting that aim, making it so annoying and so hard to get away. Cruel answers back, pulls within 4. We're about halfway through this one, still plenty of time. Oh, but Screams with the flak again, just not afraid to dive into Cruel's face with that flak cannon. Putting a lot of trust in his own ability to hit those shots. Flak is such a risk-reward weapon. If you whiff on a flak shot and get nothing out of it, it can be so deadly. Ooh, rockets coming out against that link, but nothing hitting. Flak balls going back and forth. Nobody really connecting right now. It's just sort of zoning each other out at this point. It's Cruel trying to get some chip damage in there, waiting for his opportunity to get in his face. There's a nice sniper shot to break him down to 64 HP. Screams answers with a flak of his own. Oh, standing in there is Cruel. Blasting that flak back and forth. One thing we're seeing though, Cruel unable to get the spawn kills that Screams was able to. That's so far been the biggest difference in this game. Is Screams converting one kill, getting a couple of spawn kills off of them a couple of times. And that's why you see a 4-frag lead. Ooh, that link not reaching quite far enough. So Cruel now is going to have to track him down. Those health bubbles come up. And that's going to allow him to get into Scream's face. Scream's just barely mistimed those health bubbles spawning. Now he's running around. He had to go to the one in the ramp room there. And one more tick will kill him. Takes Cruel down to 9 HP though, so might be chasing after him off this 100 armor, because that 100's not going to give him much protection with only 9 HP. There's the rocket to finish him off. Screams, that's really a great awareness there. It's another situation. More smiley faces coming out back and forth. Still 3 minutes to go, so Scream's looking good right now, but Cruel, an opportunity still in front of him if he can make something land. He's had a couple combos. Oh, he had one lined up right there. He does the wall run. Wisely decides to go for the primary there instead of the combo, but just doesn't have the weapon up close. Doesn't have a rocket or flak cannon. Oh, and Scream switching to sniper up the lift. Maybe anticipated a lift jump away. Cruel now going after him with the bio rifle. This may be sort of his last stand. Trying to go for the home run shot with that bio rifle. Screams isn't super stacked all told. A couple of rockets could take him out just as quick. See the shots through the grate. We haven't seen a lot of combos through the grates in this map. Big link, or big goo, I guess. Was that a bio rifle shot that hit him there? In any case, Scream's down to 26 HP. That could be a big turning point here. Now Cruel, an opportunity if he can track him down. He's going for the armor. He's trying to control the weapons, but really, if he can get a couple of more shots on Screams, get him respawning, he might have a chance here. There's one more shot. There's the follow-up. Down 4 with 2 minutes to go. He respawns right below him. He needs to get in his face. He has a flak cannon. He's going to opt to go back for that shield belt. But Screams may well just ignore it and let that time run down. Looks like he's going to do just that. Daring Cruel to chase him down. Ooh, and Screams making great use of the map's geometry to bounce around. And if you're Cruel, you have to go all in right now. Doesn't happen. Screams gets away with 20 HP. Cruel just barely couldn't get the kill there, and that may be his last opportunity here. And there you go. With a minute to go, looks like Scream's gonna end up taking this one again. So SOW getting more points on the board. And there's the concession. So SOW now with 3 out of the 4 points on the board, moving up the rankings again, doing what they can at least to improve their final standings. And now we've got one more duel. This is going to be Flick Switch versus VO3. We've got Leah, ASDF, and Solo coming up next. Give you a quick look at that. Of course, we just saw Screams versus Cruel. And again, for those of you who want to see number 1 versus number 2, there it is, next Saturday at 1800 CET. That's going to be, I believe, noon Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. Saints and Sinners versus All-Stars. Maps yet to be determined. The rosters, some switching around. I think Saints and Sinners have a decent idea of who's going to be playing which game types. All-Stars, a decent amount of flexibility with their roster, so maybe some strategy involved there in deciding who's going to duel, who's going to 2v2. Make sure to tune in Saturday for that one. I believe we've also got a Challenger Division game happening also before that game. So 2 big matches next weekend. Be sure to tune in for that. And of course, there is that follow command for the bot that will give you all of the info for all of the links. I mean, of course, this is UTProLeague.com. They've got their Twitter, their Instagram. I don't know. Maybe they have a Snapchat. Maybe you can just send them some mail. In any case, definitely be part of that whole conversation coming into the finals and digging into the possibilities for next season, next year as well. As it is VO3 versus Flick Switch, our last duel of the day, last games of the season for those two players. Let's see if we've got a match up, not just yet, so we're waiting for that one to go up. But stick around, we'll bring you that one shortly. All right, this game is up. Last match of the day. We're going to have a substitution here. It's going to be Zion jumping in instead of Flick Switch versus VO3. Again, we've seen SO3 take 3 out of the 4 points, but that was just enough to prevent them from climbing back up to that tie for 6th place spot in the rankings. BRD already secured the 1 point they needed to take lone control of 4th place in the final rankings. But still some prize money distribution I believe, related to the final rankings and points. So still 1 point left to fight for this season between these two teams. Representatives here are going to be Zion, who we've seen earlier in the TDM portion of this matchup, and then of course VO3, who we saw, I believe, last week for the first time in duel action. All right, players are ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here. The last duel of the day. Last games of the season for these players. And rockets coming out back and forth. VO3 flying around the map right now. Soaking up as much protection as possible from those health files and stands in. Zion trying to get that ambush kill. Doesn't work out, so VO3 gonna throw some rockets down. And just on top of the map there, and you see what VO3's strategy there is. Basically just rain down rockets from above, try to anticipate Zion's movement up top, and then in position for this belt. Perhaps a little early though, about 10 seconds to go. Oh, there's a huge combo to turn away Zion. Surely Zion won't stand in there and challenge. It looks like he's not. He's gonna back up, opt to go for that 100 armor, which he should have a free grab of, as VO3 can only catch him on the way out. Those pickups still pretty much in sync, at least for the time being. You can see VO3 there trying to listen, just waiting for another rocket ambush. Saw him get on the board with that earlier, but nothing happening so far, as Zion is kind of getting wise to his strategy and perhaps being a little less aggressive, a little more careful with where he's stepping. And right now Zion up to 140 HP, so if he can fight him off this belt, Zion is looking like he'll have a good opportunity to try to come back and tie this one back up. VO3 though still has the armor advantage, but being so careful here. Perhaps even conceding that belt. There's still going to be 7 seconds till this 100 armor spawns, so they were synced up before, but a little bit delayed now. That's going to allow Zion to get over and force the issue now that he has more armor. VO3 does grab the 100, but facing down the end of Zion's long green shaft. VO3, nice movement, able to get away there with only 16 HP. Zion, for his part, not really chasing super hard. I think content to just kind of win that battle. Oh, nice Twitch sniper shot there. Going to put VO3 down at 23 HP, one shot away from death. Picks up some health, but Zion with the shock primary juggling. Nice shots there. It's actually, he made it look easy, but when you're twisting around in the air like that, aiming your mouse down, not easy to do, but VO3 catches him chasing and negates that nice kill, back up to a 1 frag lead. Ooh, just missing the rocket there. We've seen VO3 doing great work at the rockets so far in this map. Based on VO3's name, I'm going to go out on a limb and presume that he has some UT3 experience. And of course, UT3 having rockets probably most similar to UT4's. So certainly would be familiar with the angles and trapping people with rocket traps on this match, or in this map. From what I recall, UT3's version of Leah was also most similar to this version, and some of the little movement mechanics and things. Less wall dodge oriented, obviously, compared to 2K4's. Don't know if it had all of the shooty through windows. But in any case, VO3 looking very comfortable on it so far. Only a 1 frag lead though, being very, very methodical and careful with his approach. And a big opportunity there for Zion to smack him in the face with a combo. Doesn't work out. Allows VO3 to get back up to 150 armor and soak up more vials. This is one of those matches where both players are getting more and more stacked, and eventually something's going to have to crack. If VO3 is in the lead, he can continue running, but Zion at some point is going to have to jump into his face and force the issue. You see VO3 just trying to guess which way Zion's coming from, throwing more rockets out and just hoping for a 3-pack. Because no matter how stacked you are, if you eat 3 rockets, you may not go down instantly, but you're going to be extremely weak. Oh, nice combo through the sidewall there. Not one you see a ton on this map. Ooh, big follow-up damage back and forth to both players after all that, still at reasonable health because they were so stacked before. Zion trying to juggle him down with that shock primer, and this is him going all in. This is his opportunity he's looking for. VO3 still has a bit of a health advantage after all that, but still alive, down to 24 HP. Zion's gonna back up to that 100 armor. We'll see if he decides to go all in again over this belt. Oh, he has the combo lined up, and great patience with the double shock ball. You saw him changing the angle just a bit. Grabs that belt. VO3 spawns and goes right at him, but he already has the belt, so he's gonna be able to stand in there and go link to link with him. And Zion down to 10 health, but VO3 down to 30. They're both gonna retire to their respective corners and get ready to fight over this 100 armor. Oh, big shots there by Zion. If he would have missed, if he would have pulled out that shock rifle or kept the shock rifle out and missed that, probably goes down there. So a smart move switching to that link, getting that guaranteed damage, and pulling him back into the lead here. VO3 though being hyper aggressive with that flak. One more shot may get him a kill to tie it right back up. So here we go. Under the halfway point here, or past the halfway point, under 5 minutes to go. Indeed, under 4 minutes to go. We've got shield belt spawning, and Zion sitting on top of it. VO3 not really challenging at that time. We've seen him be very, very selective with the fights he takes. Trying to get an ambush kill, trying to get some damage with rockets combos, you know, finding an angle. Ooh, and there's the kill right there by Zion with a shock. And that's going to give him a huge 2 frag cushion there, because VO3 we've seen can erase. Ooh, can erase the lead so quickly with those rockets, but another great ambush there by Zion, and going up by 3, that's huge. Especially against a player who likes to pick his battles as selectively as VO3. Kind of the downside of that, whenever you get down like this, VO3 is going to have to be a little bit more wild, a little bit more blindly aggressive, and not play his methodical game style that he wants to play. Oh, mid-air link gonna take him out. Zion now on a killing spree, storming ahead to a 4 frag lead now. Zion back up to a 5 frag lead. Looks like that might do it. VO3 is going to stand in there with some rockets though and try to make something happen. Oh, but the rockets, nice patient there by Zion, waiting for him to land before shooting it. Takes the consistent damage, gets the kill. Approaching the 2-minute mark with a 6 frag lead. Likely going to be Zion's game to lose here. And see the power-ups back and forth pretty even. Zion really only having much of an advantage with the 50 armor. Oh, his shot's coming out from below. We see that so often on this map. So dangerous to dive near that shield belt because you can hit it from so many different angles. Ooh, big combo. Takes him out with the rocket, and rocket's coming up huge. So VO3 jumping out to an early lead, running the map for a while. Zion waiting for his moment, then seizing it and going on a run of his own. In the end, 9-2 Zion. BRD 1 map away from taking the 2nd point in this matchup. Those bubbles in the background are just so relaxing. Kind of makes me want a fizzy water, maybe kick back with, you know, gin and tonic or something. Actually, you know what it really makes me want to do? It makes me want to hang out in a hot tub. That sounds good right now. It's getting a little bit chilly outside. I know it's probably way colder where some of you guys are. Chilling in a nice bubbly hot tub. That's what those bubbles make me want. Here we go. It's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with map 2. We got Zion versus VO3 getting started here quickly. We just saw Zion with a comeback victory over VO3, fighting against that map control, ending up on top. So Zion trying to put this one away, getting VO3 another point in those rankings. VO3 trying to push SO3 back up there. Points and prize money at stake at this point. Those shots going back and forth. And Zion already on top, 2-0. So these two players on Leah were very focused on ambushing each other. There was a lot of prediction shots, a lot of rockets coming around corners, people eating combos. Oh, through windows, and that time, both players surprised each other with a double back move. There's the flat to the face. VO3 gets on the board. Rockets, combos coming out, just missing. And Zion gets away with that and also turns around and pegs him with a sniper shot. So a big shot there by Zion to turn away VO3. And now VO3 down to 9 HP, but hits a shot of his own. So clutch shot there by VO3. Runs right into the spawner though, Zion with a smart spawn right at the health. Knew he could take him out. So again, good situational awareness by Zion. That also earns him a shield belt here and a chance to get another kill off of that. So after a kill trade, Zion can't make anything connect. Has him down to 14 HP. One enforcer shot will do it. There it goes. So 2 kills and map control off of that trade for Zion. And that's one of those things you look back at. When you look at if Zion ends up taking this match, you know, he not only managed to get the trade, but then also get control of the map and another kill off of it. Zion once again aiming down with the shock primary juggles. We saw that once on Leah as well. Putting a lot of pressure on VO3. Does chase him down with that enforcer and stay in striking distance, only down 2. Shield belt does go to Zion, but he takes a ton of damage, but there's the fall away sniper taking him out. Zion has just hit clutch shot after clutch shot today. His sniper has been on point in every game type, and it's something he's been able to really rely on. Yeah, I say it's something you can really rely on to get yourself out of a jam sometimes, those fall away snipers, punishing the other player for being aggressive. See him just throwing the crosshair down the hallways. Ooh, almost got caught by a big combo there too. So risky jump by Zion. VO3 had him predicted, didn't go with his gut. Makes him pay there though, taking him down to 27 HP, and VO3 now on the hunt. 1 shot away from a kill. Cuts him off with 100 armor, but needs to try to get that gap closed. Oh, he lets him get to the health pack, so that could be a problem for VO3. And Zion doubles back and escapes, so a tricky situation there for Zion. Manages to outmaneuver him. Oh, another combo goes uncomboed by VO3. Almost had him there. Zion's still in the run though, so VO3 sticking around. There's another shot, one more may finish him off. See the flak versus the Lincoln. There you go, the jumping shock primary, getting him the kill, so pulling within 3 is VO3. Oh, big combo up top from VO3. Pulling back within 2. So both players kind of being a little more conservative now the last minute or two. Now that it's back to a 2-point game, neither side wanting to be overly aggressive. See, trying to thread the needle with those rockets. VOW still favoring those rockets to try to engage. Oh, big combo up top. He's had a couple combos lined up so far that he hadn't completed that might have gotten him a kill that time. Smacks Zion in the face, down to 34 HP. Now he's gonna try to, predict him. Guess is wrong. Rockets himself in the face. There's a big flak. And Zion right now with 9 HP. VO3 could pull out the stinger here and likely chase him down. But he might opt to go swing around and grab that 100 armor. You see him just baiting Zion, waiting for him to head over to that 100. Zion back up to 64 HP now though, so he's gonna have to hit him with something a little bit harder than he had before. Nice movement there by VO3, trying to cut off Zion, but Zion being quiet as a mouse right now, just tiptoeing around the map, soaking up small bits of armor and health here or there, just trying to basically slow down the game. There's some rockets by VO3 that'll speed things up quickly, but still a 2-frag lead and under 3 minutes to go. So right now, if Zion can hang on, secure the victory here, but there's one big rocket from VO3, dives right through that combo. He's outside minimal combo range. Oh, he misses the jump. Zion jumps right over the shield belt. VO3 grabs it instead, and now he's heading over to the 50 and some health packs. 1 frag lead. If Zion can't hang on to this match, remember that moment. VO3 though, not super healthy himself now. Oh, and another big combo. Players both pretty weak right now. Ooh, fall away. Here we go. Both players standing in, trying to fight over this belt. Will VO3 take this fight? Looks like he's going to back away. Probably a smart move, down to 10 HP, but Zion down to 46. If VO3 can flank him and get a couple shots in, he could tie this right back up. Zion, though, has a little bit more armor to work with. Oh, another combo lined up right into Zion's face. VO3 takes him down to 14 HP. There's the follow-up kill. Zion goes down. VO3 ties it up, but still only at 37 HP. If Zion can track him down, he can take the lead right back with a shot. Doesn't have the chance to. The Rockets push him away, so both players tied up with under a minute to go. We may see our first overtime of the day. Big rocket to open the engagement. We've seen that from VO3 all day long. Oh, missing the shot. There's the combo by Zion, though. Takes the lead, takes him down with under a minute to go. And VO3 now trying to chase him down. Oh, he had the shot he wanted, had it lined up. Still has a chance. One more shot will take him out. Zion standing in there despite only having 42 health. There's the kill to tie it up. Zion with a huge risk, mistiming that belt, standing in there and allowing VO3 to snipe him down. Under 20 seconds to go. Wouldn't be surprised to see both players back up a little bit and play for overtime, but still 15 seconds. It's time for VO3 to try to get the jump on them. Oh, there's a combo from behind. Zion being aggressive, turning the corner, has him down to 48 HP. This could be Zion's opportunity to end this one now. Trying to track him down. He's got to be careful of these rockets. Rockets smacking him back, and so both players doing damage to each other. And they're going to opt to play for 2 minutes of overtime. First shot lands from both players, but 40 HP is all VO3 has, and Zion had him lined up and missed the shot. Got what he wanted. That allows VO3 to get back up to 90 HP and take some pot shots of his own. Zion now down to 6 HP. You see him on the run. VO3 just looking for an angle. Basically zoning him out with that sniper rifle, daring him to jump for that armor. Oh, can't quite connect. Gets the mid-air sniper shot. It has to be careful not to dive into a combo. It almost eats one, but instead he gets the kill and the belt in overtime with a minute and a half to go. It's going to be all uphill now for Zion, trying to track him down. He's got 43 HP, but he also has a shield belt, so can take a decent amount of damage right now. And back up to 93, so time running out for Zion. Hits one big combo. Needed that follow-up primary. Couldn't hit it. There's one. Can hit one more big shot and take him down. He has the sniper rifle. Oh, had the shot he wanted there. We've seen both players miss key shots after predicting properly, so he's going to back up with a minute to go and grab that armor. Anticipates a big fight coming up. He's going to try to force it right now. Ooh, big combo by VO3. That may have saved the match right there. That's going to send Zion packing. And belt will spawn in 10 seconds. So Zion will have a chance to grab this belt and then fight one more time. We just a little bit late lining up that sniper shot. Here he goes, trying to track down VO3 with 20 seconds to go. He has the armor advantage. He's going to be eating rockets all the way. Oh, nice jump there by VO3. Outmaneuvers Zion, and I think that may be what separates the two. And VO3 on the hunt. There's the headshot with 1 second to go. Can he turn the corner in time? He can't. There's the combo to put it away. So our first overtime game of the day sends us to map 3. So in a season that's been full of comebacks and overtime games and all sorts of craziness, seems fitting that we're going to have one of the last matches of the season, and the last map going to be headed to map 3 after an overtime game. So solo, really anyone's game here. I mean, we've seen these two go back and forth already on 2 maps. Very curious to see what this looks like to wrap up our day today. Looks like we're ready to get started right off the bat. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with the last map of the day, one way or the other. These two teams trading matches back and forth. These two players trading maps back and forth, and after an overtime comeback in map 2, it's all gonna come down to this one. Final points and rankings at stake. Ooh, Zion tries to bait him into a combo. Instead, eats a flak ball, and there's that first 100 armor. Nice flak ball follow up by VO3 with the link taking him down to 9 HP. Wouldn't be surprised to see him pull out an enforcer here. Oh, almost caught him on the wall. Zion on the run. You can see him with the follow away sniper shots. 1 HP. VO3 giving chase. Just needs one shot to connect. Zion with the smiley face. Knows he got away with one there. Still running around with 1 HP though, so with that belt, VO3 is going to have plenty of opportunity here to try to track him down. Rockets back and forth. Zion now up to 51 HP, so VO3 allowing him to get away and a little bit of room to breathe. Kind of stunning given how much damage has gone back and forth between these two players already this game. Neither player with the kill. You see already 299 damage between the two. Ooh, nice rocket through the grate there. A lot of people forget you can even do that, catching people waiting for that belt. So VO3 firmly in position to take control of this map, but can he take the lead? Right now, Zion keeping him at bay. Ooh, big flak primary coming out there. Oh, and the spawn right in front. A chance for VO3 to turn this into a second point. Zion, though, trying to take him out with that Enforcer. Bit of a risky move there. So Zion down to 14 HP with no armor on him. VO3 still running this map in control. With only a 1 frag lead. Oh, and he lets him jump in front of him. So VO3 now waiting for the peak shot. No health up, down to 4 HP. And Zion now with an opportunity to flip this control back around. Can he turn it into a kill there? One more shot will do it, so he loses the belt but gets the kill. And now he's going to be on the hunt to try to turn that into a conversion kill off the spawn and try to take the lead. Ooh, big combo coming out at the bottom. Zion, though, backs up, taking that armor. Again, very, very methodical play by both players, trying to control all of these pickups. Wait for their opportunities to take their shots. As a couple of sniper shots can't make him land. Zion a little bit frustrated with himself there. Eats a rocket for his troubles. Got to be careful. It's still 10 seconds till this belt spawns. VO3 circling all the way around the map. Ooh, Zion falls down. May not make a difference here, but it could be, okay, so VO3 had an opportunity to hit him with a couple rockets. Ended up missing him. Goes back and takes the 100 armor himself. Oh, and 5 primaries in a row. Zion with the juggles again. It seems like when he's aiming downward, his accuracy just skyrockets. We've seen him do that multiple times this matchup. Big combo takes him out of midair, pushes him away. Still a decent amount of health for VO3. Can maybe get away here, but now down to 40 after that primary. So Zion's going to try to track him down. No, he's going to back up for that 100 armor, then try to cut him off at the health over here. Oh, big combo. Takes him out. Halfway through this one now. 2 frag lead. Zion on a roll. They're going to run head to head, though. Nice patient rocket. You saw him there, not trying to pluck him out of midair. Zion playing with these rockets very, very, like I say, very patiently. Getting plenty of kills off of them. We've seen both these players actually use rockets very effectively in this matchup. Rockets up close. Bouncing him away, trying to get rid of that link gun, but that link chewing him up. Doing all sorts of damage. VO3 down to 9 HP, Zion down to 35. They're both just going to heal up and meet back up in the middle at some point. Oh, VO3. Dangerous move. A nice fall away combo there by Zion. With the patience to time it perfectly. Knowing he was going to back up into that health pack. And more primary juggling by Zion, just protecting himself at that point, down to 10 HP. And VO3 right now trying to get in his face, trying to force the issue, and just Zion making him pay every step of the way. For what has felt like a back and forth game, the score is fairly one-sided. And Zion just coming away, just really a good job of baiting VO3 and trying to chase him down to finish off kills. And there it is. There's the chase down with the flak. VO3 back in control for at least a little bit. See if we can head over to him and see what things look like from his perspective. Needs 5 kills in 3 minutes. Not impossible in this map. He's got him chased down right now with that flak. One more shot will get the kill. There it is. It's down to 4 points difference between these two. Oh, and the flat primary. If he can close this gap again, you see him shooting up through that grate. He's trying to figure out which way he's going to go so he can cut him off. Ambush with the flag. He got one shot in there. And Zion standing in there. You see with the more follow-away shots, still fighting over this belt is Zion. Dangerous move. Oh, but he circles around and grabs it. Hits the fall-away sniper shot, and this could be a chance. Oh, VO3 kills them both. So an even trade there, but that does take more time off the clock. So probably going to be a moral victory for Zion there. Probably should have gone down there earlier, but instead stands in there, survives, gets the belt, causes a double kill. Now just on the run with almost the 2-minute warning approaching. Still 4-point lead. Not insurmountable, but the way Zion's playing right now, it's going to be very difficult for VO3 to close that gap. Ooh, almost had a rocket to the back. He's getting the shots he wants. Just couldn't get full damage output. And Zion there, turning him away, up to 5 frag lead. And under 2 minutes to go, and that may be the last realistic opportunity VO3 has, but we'll see what he can put together here in the closing moments. Oh, and the link gun finisher with a minute and a half to go. I think that's going to do it. So I'm going to end up taking this one for BRD. Give you a quick look at the scoreboard as we finish this one off. Oh, Rockets back and forth killing each other. More damage trading there. Zion on the winning side of that one, though. Eats a rocket, hits the sniper shot. Back up to a 7 frag lead with a minute to go. We're going to finish this one off. But BRD coming in and taking care of business, doing what they needed to do to solidify that 4th place finish in UTPL Season 1. SOW with a pretty strong showing, though. Like I say, kind of all season long, they've been that team that was kind of dangerous. They're a bit inconsistent. They definitely showed some promise, some things to take away moving forward for sure. BRD, of course, coming up with a strong 4th place finisher. Lone team in that spot in the end in rankings. And if they decide to return in Season 2 of UTPL, look for them to make some more noise. So there you have it, BRD taking the last point of this matchup, last point of the season for these two teams. We'll head over and get one more glance at the brackets before we head out of here. So again, these are the rankings before the match. Look for him to update those shortly, but of course you had SO